Hey everybody, it's Wear Sunglasses in a Dark Room Vlog Tuesday. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm making it a thing. So yeah, might do this once in a while. So Molly wanted us to talk about the times we were drunk. By my count, I've only been drunk once, but the people who were at my 19th birthday might say otherwise because they all thought I was super drunk. I wasn't even that drunk. Like, I don't think I was full-on drunk. I think I was maybe a bit tipsy, but I don't think I was drunk. But, you know, the more I protest it, the more they're like, no, you're totally drunk. Oh, that's what drunk people say. They say they're not drunk when they are. But I'm going to talk about the one time that I call me being drunk. That sentence didn't make sense, but whatever. So basically there were four of us: me, my boyfriend at the time, Chris, my friend Rochelle, and my friend Jake. And I had never been drunk before. The point of the night was that I was gonna get drunk. So I had 2 coolers and 3 of these huge goblets. I don't even know how big they were. I want to say they were like this big, but that's an exaggeration. I think they were like this big or something. Maybe even smaller. Maybe they weren't that big and I'm just a wuss. Which is possible. Basically they had gin and orange juice in it. I think that has a name, but I don't know what it is. Gin is kind of gross. I don't know how people drink it, but I also think that of most alcohol, so beer smells pretty bad. I've never tried beer, but it smells like it would taste bad. So I had that, and I was like an emotional roller coaster for a little while because Jake got like mad about something. I'm kind of summarizing because I don't want to go into like super detail. Jake got mad about something, I think, and he stormed off upstairs. He was drunk and he was saying he was gonna drive home, and so Chris went upstairs to make sure he didn't drive home, and Rochelle stayed with me. And one minute I'd be like, where's Chris? I miss Chris. I love Chris. Where's Chris? Can you go get Chris for me? Because I didn't want to walk because I kept falling over. So I was like, Rochelle, you should get Chris. And so she'd go and get him, and he'd come down and he'd be like, hey Katie. And that happened like every 10 minutes, I think it was. So I was changing between that and thinking that Jake was angry at me. So I think I was close to sobbing a few times because I was like, hey, I hate when people are mad at me. He's angry, man. So there was that. And then at one point I don't know if anyone else does this, but you know when you eat too much food and your stomach's kind of like protruding because it's just so full food, and you're like, oh, look at my food baby, because it's like pregnant because that's how much food you ate. You call it a food baby. Well, I was like, I have a liquid baby because I had so much liquid and I'm gonna name him Carl. But I don't actually like the name Carl. And I went on like that. That was kind of silly. And I think my favorite part about being drunk was when I was flopping on the floor saying, I'm a penguin, I'm a penguin, I'm a penguin, a lot. So basically, I do remember that, and I remember thinking I was a penguin. That's cool. I like penguins. And then, here's the gross part, the inevitable vomit part of the night. This is when I blacked out. I don't remember anything past the initial vomit time. I threw up all over the floor, and then I started passing out, and I like leaned forward and fell like head first into my vomit and got it all up in my dreadlocks. Ew. I am very glad I do not remember that because I just don't need that memory in my mind. I don't need it. I don't want it. And then Chris and Rochelle, being the wonderful people that they are, they're like, Katie, don't pass out yet. And they dragged me to the tub and they washed my hair before I passed out because they are wonderful people. And I'm glad they did because they were like, we didn't think you wanted to wake up with dried vomit in your dreadlocks. And I really didn't. That's just not something I have ever wanted to do, you know? Yeah. That was the one time I was drunk, and it was a weird night. Drinking's not really my thing. And I like being in control of myself, and that night I was very much not in control of myself. Have a good week. Bye!